Hi there, Flat Cap Chef here. Today I'm going to show you how to make lemon sole with a lovely Puy Lentil spring onion bacon mix. So what have we got? Now, if you don't have lemon sole, you could use plaice, you could use sea bass, you could use most whitefish. So I've got here my lemon sole, which I'll come to in a little while when we come to cook that, trim it up and cook it. I've then got my Puy lentils. Don't need to soak these ones. Most ones you don't these days. From a packet. I've got 75 grams per portion, so 150 grams here. I'm doing it for two people. It just goes into a pan. I've also got some bacon, so about 3 or 4 slices of bacon. I'm going to pop that into the oven in a moment. I've got some vegetable stock. That's a vegetable stock cube. I've got the packets, it's fine. So that goes in. I've then got some chopped up spring onions. I've got 4, 2 per person. I've got 2 lemons that I'm going to need because we're going to actually pan fry the fish in lemon juice and butter. And I've got a bit of coriander. You can use parsley here to go into that fish cooking a little bit later. And that is basically all we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add now about 450 mils of water, so about 3 times the weight, or so 150 to 450. This is going to go on the stove now. It's going to cook for about 30 to 35 minutes. Check it as it goes along to make sure you want it on a simmer, not a rapid boil. Check that all the water hasn't been absorbed. Just top it up a bit if it needs to, and then just test it to make sure that they are soft enough around that 30-35 minute mark. Might be 40, but usually 30-35. We're not seasoning it at this point because we're going to use the bacon to provide the salt for the seasoning, and we're doing a little bit of pepper and lemon juice and olive oil once they're cooked. So I'm going to pop these on the stove, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to now put the bacon into a reasonably hot oven, and we want to about 10-15 minutes, maybe around that time. Just keep checking it. You want it to dry out so it's nice and crispy, and then we can chop it up for later. So that's about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, so the lentils are now cooked for about 35 minutes. So I'm now going to finish off the lentils and cook the fish. So with, in this case, sole, you'll find that around the edge of the fish here, you'll have a little, looks like it's a sort of corrugated piece around the edge. You want to trim that off. We don't really want that in there. Use a very sharp knife, and then just backwards and forwards motion. Cut it around to create a nice fillet. There we go. That's now taken off. So I've now got my 2 fillets. I'm going to take over to the pan. Let's take you over there. Up a little bit for this bit. So here we have my cooked lentils. I've absorbed all of that water. So that I'm going to add the juice of a lemon. I'm going to squeeze it so the pips don't fall in. It's going to come through my fingers. And the second half. You can see the pips in your fingers. And then I'll add my bacon I've chopped up into chunks, and my uncooked spring onions, because they will cook as I put the lid back on, because it will happen whilst we're cooking the fish. We'll stir that around. It all mixes together really nicely. I'm then going to put some pepper in there. I've watched a few of these, knows I like a fair bit of pepper. A good bit of seasoning, and then just a quick bit of salt, not too much because they've got the salt from the bacon, of course. Add a stir around again. we go. And then what I'm going to do is just leave the lid back on that, because I'll continue to cook whilst we get on over here with our lemon salt. So let's bring you back down so you can see the pan. So I've got this pan on the heat. I've got my lemon salt here. I've got some olive oil. I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil into the pan. Don't need too much. There we go. I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. We go with the timer. So 2 minutes. I'm going to pop that. I've had this on a while, so it's heated up nicely. Okay, I'm going to do 2 minutes on the skin side down. Before I do it, I'm just going to give it a little bit of season on both sides. Pepper. And a grind of salt. Salt, pepper. Again in here. So if you've got a fillet, you'll find one side is white, one side is dark. Pop it in there. You can keep your fingers on it a little bit, stops it from curling. Start the timer. So we're going to do 2 minutes, then a minute. And then we're going to finish off with some butter and some lemon. Keep it pushed down until it stops trying to curl itself up into a big ball. This is such a delicate fish, just delicious. Right. You can wash your hands. It's got 55 seconds to go. I've also zested 1 lemon, which will go in with the butter as well. Once we put that in, I've got my slice. And I'm ready to turn it over. Okay, so now just going to take 2 pieces and flip them over. For 1 minute. There we go. I'll just grab my potted spoon. I'll be using to serve up my lentils over here. We've got 25 seconds to go on this side, and that will then be cooked. And we'll be popping it over for 1 more minute. We're going to add some butter and lemon juice and lemon zest. and some chopped up, in my case, coriander, or you can use parsley, which is equally fine. So that's now ready to flip again. Okay. Right, now lemon juice. Butter. A generous lot of butter in here. And second bit. Look down a little bit now, this last minute, 10 seconds to go. Add in my second half of the lemon. Coriander. And we'll switch that off. We have this lovely lemony butter, in comes our lemon zest, smells amazing. There we go. And now we're ready to serve up. Take that off the heat. Our plate here. Got my slotted spoon here. And we'll give ourselves a little central pile of lovely lentils with their bacon and onions and lemon juice. A little olive oil just to run through. There we go. And then on top our piece of lemon sole and a little spoonful of the butter sauce. Sprinkle over the top. And there we have it. Delicious lemon sole with a butter and, in my case, coriander sauce, and a Puy lentil base with bacon and spring onions and lemon juice. So if you want to see more, just subscribe to the channel. It's free, you just get updates when I publish my next videos, and we'll be back soon with some more amazing food.